Long time no see. It's been, God, like a long time. I want to say 8 months. It's been since September. This looks so kind of weird. I've been wearing this beanie forever, and I mean, I thought I was trying to get dressed up, but that didn't work out because I don't get dressed up for these things anymore. I'm actually gonna take this beanie off because it's kind of hot in here. It's fucking May. Ooh, this beard's on fleek though. Fade's on fleek though too.
Promise that you will sing about me. Promise that you will sing about me. I said.
Hi, it's Omar, your best enemy, and this is vlog number, I want to say 5. It's been since, like, I think September since I've done one of these, so it's been a while. And the topic I want to talk about actually is something not as funny as I used to do. I used to do like funny life updates, and this is not necessarily a funny topic. It is a much more of a socially relevant topic, and it's been something that's been in the news for the past year, probably 2 years, and it's the plight of African Americans. And what sparked this is I was on Twitter for the past day, and one of my favorite people that I follow is a girl by the name of Delafro, at Delafro, Delafro. Her name's Candace, and she tweets a lot about socially relevant events that affect African Americans, and she talks about being woke as an African American, and it's something that I think needs to be, that's very important. As an African American male, this of course is important to me because these are issues that she's talking about are relevant to me, and I'll talk about the concept of being woke. The concept of being woke is to realize the social inequalities and social injustices, I think that's a word, social injustices that are affecting African Americans and women, and to not necessarily sleep on these ideas. One thing that I see with people, preferably some black people and some white people, or in other races, is the notion that racism is dead. Racism is far from being dead. Definitely over the past year, you've seen racism just explode across America in terms of cases such as Eric Garner, Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, so many cases. It goes on and on and on and on with so many different things. So many African Americans being gunned down, mistreated, and we as African Americans and society are forced to see that, and we're afraid of that. We're afraid, and we're rioting. Of course, there's been riots in Baltimore over the death of Freddie Gray. Apparently, he was mistreated by the police. He actually believed he died in custody, and after the police actually refused to help him. And it was something that sparked so many riots across Baltimore. And a lot of people are saying that, oh, I understand this, but what do the riots achieve? Or this whole notion that all lives matter. And it's something that kind of, like, as a black man, it kind of pissed me off, because to say that all lives matter, or the riots don't mean anything, or racism doesn't exist, I mean, it's kind of like, wake up, be woke. As a black man, I mean, what is been said is totally not right. Because of course I've experienced injustices. I experienced things of being with my white friends and them seeing a black man walk across the street and locking the door, but not doing the same for a white man, or saying that whole thing, all lives matter, every life should matter, a white life, a black life, a Hispanic life, an Asian life, my dog's life, as if my life is kind of synonymous with, like, I guess, I mean, it's an animal, we all are animals, but synonymous to like an animal. It just kind of pissed me off a little bit. I saw this after the case of Mike Brown, and his assailant, yes, I'll call him an assailant, was not charged for his murder. It's like, as an African American, my life doesn't seem it's worth anything. No one's saying anything about it. No one's actually agreeing with us. So I follow Delafro. She posts so much meaningful stuff. The things that I see that Delafro posts are not necessarily sugar-coated. She's very to the point. She's very blunt. She says what she means, and I think it's really important. And one of the things that she talked about right now, when I'm going to bring it up on my Twitter, is the fact that black men are not treating black women like they're supposed to be. And it's kind of made me realize, kind of made me recall a story in my mind. About 4 to 5 weeks ago, I was talking to someone very close to me. It was a family member, and he was thinking about moving to a different place, thinking about moving to Atlanta, and he wanted me to move with him for film. And he says, I'm taking it seriously, it's going to be awesome, it's going to be great, but I want you to move with me, not only because you have talent and skill and you have a degree in media, but you're light-skinned, and people are going to see you as being light-skinned and see you as being much more appropriate and much more friendlier than me as a dark-skinned person. And it's funny because he's not even that dark. He's milk chocolate. He actually has a beautiful skin tone. His children are milk chocolate, beautiful skin tone. And I heard that, and like after hearing that, everything about the media and about going to Atlanta just disappeared, and I just thought about, what the fuck did you just say? You have children who are your skin tone, and just to hear you say that as an African American male, having darker skin tone is not as appreciated, it's not gonna bear well for your children. Your children are a reflection of you. They have that same skin tone, and to grow up and hear that you're less than your uncle or your mother or your grandmother because they have a lighter skin tone, isn't good for their confidence. I will admit I am a light skinned male, and for some people they have viewed me as being much more approachable and much more not necessarily the black guy because I am I do have a lighter skin tone, and I think that's bullshit. Honestly, I am an African American male. I see myself as an African American male. I don't see myself as being any better than any other African American male because of my lighter skin. Why do we value something like my skin tone is better than someone else's skin tone? Of course, it goes back to the time of slavery, house slaves versus field slaves. But in the end of the day, we're all black. It shouldn't matter at all. On Twitter, I see so many black men slandering black women for having darker skin, for being born with beautiful dark milk chocolate skin or dark skin or dark chocolate skin, and men are saying like, that's ugly, I want a light skinned girl. This girl is light as snow, hair that is wavy and straight, beautiful light eyes, and virtually look like a white girl. And I'm like, it just pisses me off because we have features that are akin to like kings and queens and royalty, wide noses, big lips, beautiful cheekbones. Other races try to emulate our look, tan skin. They try to emulate our culture. They don't necessarily appreciate us as a culture. It pisses me off because as African American males, they don't see it. They don't see that. They don't value that culture and the beauty that comes with being an African American. It's a sense of self-hatred. And they just view lighter skin or more European features as being beautiful. Granted, of course, a lot of people are like, how can you talk since you are a light-skinned male? Personally, I do love ethnic girls. My ex-girlfriend now, darker. She was a bit darker. She was a little bit darker than me. I loved her beautiful skin tone. That's the one thing that actually I told her that I was attracted to, is that she was beautiful chocolate, and I love that about her. My mom is actually attracted to darker skinned males, and I always heard that it's like, if you're darker, you want a lighter skinned person. If you're lighter, you want a darker skinned person. I don't necessarily believe that because I've been attracted to anything from lighter skin to darker skin. I just like ethnic girls. It just pisses me off that as black men we don't value not only a black woman but our culture. We were raised by black women. I was raised by a black woman. I was raised by black women in my life, and I'm just seeing black men disrespect the black women in my life, and it pissed me off too, because how can you disrespect something that you came from? And it just doesn't register for me. Granted, I've been at that spot before where I didn't necessarily appreciate my culture. I didn't necessarily appreciate my skin tone or my features. I wanted to be lighter. I wanted to look like the stereotypical white person. Granted, you can say that because I have waves in my hair or my hair short, that I don't necessarily appreciate my culture. Honestly, I have my hair short because it's easier for me to manage, and I have the waves because it's kind of like, that pattern is actually in my hair naturally now. Like I said, whites and other races try to emulate culture, and they want to be like, I'm black, I'm this, I'm that, I want to be a black person. And it's always like they want to be a nigger until they get treated like a nigger. I've been treated like a nigger before, and it's not fun. I've been told that I won't be able to mount to the same skills as a white person because of my skin tone. I just don't understand why as African Americans we don't value our society and our heritage and what we have. We have features that are akin to kings and queens and royalty. We have skin that's been tried to be emulated by any culture. We have a history and culture that's rich as our skin tone, and we don't value that, and we don't appreciate that, and we let different races not appreciate our culture but appropriate our culture. There's a difference between appreciation and appropriation. Appreciation is showing respect and gratitude to a culture. Appropriation is disrespect and it's making fun, a mockery, showing showcasing big asses that people have, or do-rag and certain things about a culture and making fun of it. and not necessarily showing appreciation to it, and that's something that pisses me off. You've seen celebrities such as Katy Perry, Miley Cyrus, and Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift. I think she's awesome. I think she's great. But they're taking our culture and appropriating it and not representing it in the right way. There was actually a really good video by Amanda Steinberg, I believe. She played Rue in Hunger Games, where she talked about how America values black culture but doesn't value black people, which I totally agree with. We are a society that is in love with black culture. We're in love with the Timberland boots, saggy pants, rap music, grills, big asses, everything that is akin and that is makes up the black culture. But when it comes to being African American, we don't like that. We shoot our African Americans down. I had to learn to respect myself and love myself, not only as Omar but as a black man. I feel like society has to do that as well. But yeah, that's it. I actually have to wrap this up because my battery's about to die. Like I said, I'll be back hopefully doing vlogs again. I also am doing another channel with my friends with more of like kind of different content, podcasts, reviews, more of a film-based thing, which that should be around in September, October of this year, because I should be moving back to Greensboro with my friends. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. You guys have a great day. I'll be back. Omar's back. Awesome. See you guys later. Peace. And remember, appreciate, don't appropriate.